half of entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing and 10 to 20% unemployment in the next 1 to 5 years.
It's very similar to what happened in the 1930s.
Over half of all industries are already cutting jobs.
Our fiscal situation is a 350-pound, 2-pack-a-day smoker on the ICU table.
Fire, we have not witnessed nor seen this since the Great Depression. And it's not just one thing. It's not two. It's not three, 4, 5. We're going to be chasing so many squirrels, but it's all Great Depression. Coming in at number 1, nearly 1 out of 2 young adults living at home with their parents. The highest since the Great Depression. I'll get to making $150,000 a year in just a second. You middle-class people. U.S. stock market is at the most expensive valuation since the Great Depression. Probably fine, buyer beware. Here is what is absolutely crazy breaking news. I hear this all the time in the comment section. But the stock market went up today. You could lose your job, be homeless. We could have World War IV. And it's like, well, I don't know what you're saying, bro. Stock market's up. I decided to use my 2 little brain cells and Google this. If you want, Google search highest poverty rate country ever. Africa. It's like 90%. Poverty, poor. Oh, yeah, but bro, African stock market, it's been up all year. Oh, the stock market reflects our economy. No, it doesn't, Bob. I mean, look at this. If everything was so great, Spirit Airlines warns it might not be able to survive without more cash. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, you saw the article. What did they need to borrow $300 billion to keep their lights on? U.S. government needs trillions of dollars to keep your lights on. I'll get to that in a second. And we're coming to the end. I just want you to think for a second. What if your housing market goes down? This just in, it's happening right now. What happens when you get laid off and you cannot find a job? I'll show you. Look, you just happened to be one of the 71 large U.S. companies went bankrupt in July, the highest monthly total since the pandemic, where basically the government required you to shut down. I'll say the pandemic was a sweet opportunity for a land grab. I did. I took that advantage. Hopefully I could take 300,000 and turn it into 5 million. Both we will see. Maybe I missed getting off the Titanic by 1 lifeboat. More than half of industries are already shedding workers. Thought it was a strong economy. A telling sign that accompanied past recessions. Yeah, well, looking at this here, Scott has an opportunity. I know, not a job, but you can either have an orange or the sunglasses. I'll go with the sunglasses. The question is Scott going to make $150,000 a year, putting him in that sweet middle class, which is gone? If you think for 1 second, I've been coming here every year for 6 years, they'll tell you inflation. It's at what, 2.5%? That's what it came in today, which is going to make it a little sticky for the Fed because I think they've only raised 1 time in the history of the Fed with that. But anyways, that's just fugazi. Back to my question. 150. You making, Brad? You making 150 a year? Okay, well, that's cool. You're middle class. You're getting wiped out. Next year, it's 200,000. I remember when I used to teach high school, I used to use this as the analogy with my students. I would say, you go out there and you shove your quarters in the Coke machine. I would ask them, how much for a Coke? They're like 50 cents. I said, well, next year it'll be 75 cents. And then the next year it's going to be $1, which means in just a few years, your prices will double. The government will tell you, we're at 2%. That means if you're making $20 an hour, you better be making $40 an hour. Otherwise, you will be an adult and you will be one of the 50% in the Great Depression living at home. You can argue this all day long. It's almost like not even feasible for the brain to go, when I tell you, you need $150,000 to be middle class, $200,000 to be middle class. I think we go into denial because you think that's not even possible. The system is set up this way. It is a debt-based system, and we are coming to the end of the debt-based system. And if you think it's bad now, you've seen nothing yet. Because what your government needs to do soon is what you just witnessed. In a month, what did we put on? $1 trillion? You have to feed the beast. Otherwise, it all dies. So that is why Don knows there is no way out. Once you get past, right about there, it's diminishing return, this whole debt thing. Once you get past 80, it's gone. Now it's really gone. Now you got to go like, okay, 10 trillion. No, 20 trillion, because they got to pump that GDP. Right now, the government is about 50% of GDP. Just in case you'd like to see a chart of this and proof, when I say it's actually, I'm pretty sure it's over 50%. This is as close as I can get it. Federal government spending. Welcome to socialism. However you want to look at it. Welcome to the 1% owning all of it and wiping you out. This was 2019, 47%. 2020, 47% between state and federal. The machine is all government. When you see CNBC and they're like, oh, look at the jobs, we're adding jobs. Ask this question. How many were government? Oh, it was all of them. It would be like Brad finding a new friend and it just happened to be a parasite. You're like, but it's a friend. Well, I actually have 100 of them now. If you want to learn about parasites, there's a YouTube videos, The Gruesome Truth About Parasites. It is funny, but it is true. And I was actually looking for words like, for Gavin Newsom that's so bad. Parasite, perfect. You got to watch the cartoon first. You're like, why you be so mean to Newsom? What's Gruesome Newsom doing? Guys, okay, so these elites, and I can't prove that all of a sudden the most beautiful area of California just goes up in flames, right? Just a perfect coastal spot. Like, how'd that happen? It was like that Hawaiian place and the land grab. No, is it a coincidence? This article says California land grab, and I said there is no way. You guys, you're not building back. You're not going to get the permits. You're not getting anything. It's going to be government. Newsom will build his 5-second cities. If I documented it, proved it, went live, I would end up not breathing. So I'm just going to say, what a coinky dink. Huh? No one got a permit? Nothing? Huh? Not a single one. And then this one, all you guys, yeah, Grant Cardone's a little upset. I mean, I'm not crying inside for that guy. And I know too many people that know too many people that know him. Not someone you should shed a tear for. But hey, all you guys, you gotta spend $40 to $50 million. Yeah, that's just the cost of doing business. See all your structures and the new code. I mean, 50 millis. What's that? And by the way, a Corolla. Man, California. I mean, I surf that, live that, there all the time. He basically called it. He's like, this is exactly what they're going to do. I wonder, Adam, did you know something? Also, if you could check on Adam, you guys, is there depression? Is he feeling okay? We good? Yeah, all of this, poof. It's not going to be yours. So in this next downturn, I know, but the stock market's up today. Guys, economy, the end of the system. I'm just sitting here with popcorn, watching this thing go down. No one sees it coming, well, unless you're in South Florida. And you just noticed that bankruptcies spiked nearly 50% in first half of 2025. And then the other 50%, that's 100%. Which mathematically, it doesn't get more worse. Well, unless you're a younger adult, then it's going to get more worse. When it's 1 out of every 2, when it's 50%, then it's going to be all adults are now living at home. The United States of America is in complete poverty. But, Linda, breaking news, the stock market's up today. Also, all of my strategies are up today. Actually, they're up every day. You see where it says over there, Bravo Strategies? You see, what it does is it takes how I trade, creates a bot, and then you can put AI on top of it. And these numbers are actual, they are not made up. And we are working out some bugs, so that's why we only allow 10 people a day. And whatever you do not email me asking, hey, I want to be in it. You'll receive an email. Remember, I have close to 50,000 students that trust me because it works. If you're like, well, I can't trust a guy with hair like that, you got to get around that curve, Brad. Or Micah, whoever. This looks like a Micah to me, as he's going like, I don't know if I trust this guy. I gotta get you at least in your job, your business, making 200,000. And then I got to get you to start moving it. And if you don't know how to do it, here, look, step by step. Not just that, AI almost included. And I need you to be able to see the screen and click buttons on the screen. 4 minutes and 41 seconds left before I said, I got to remove, because I'm almost done with the course, remove the bear market. That's free right now. So for $2.99, that's free. That goes away. Or it goes from $2.99 to $3.99. Which one do you want? Also, congratulations to the markets. Oh, it's just such a beautiful day in stagflation land. What do you want to do first? The S&P 500, that blue line goes back to the Great Depression, but it's fine. How about the Russell? Oh boy, just decided to take off and hit your line right on the top. The Dow, you still got this one to get over. So, hey kids, good luck. I'm not saying that it can't happen, and when it does, oh, it is going to be beautiful. It really won't even matter, like that everyone lives in poverty and lives at home. I'm just going to make a shat ton of money. This is a left shoulder. That's a head. That's a right shoulder. It's like, oh, we're all going to die. And then it bounces on this red line and it goes up. This is it's an upside down head and shoulders. Some people call it an inverted head and shoulders. When that happens, now, again, you take the course, you go through it, and you draw things like that. And you go, oh, I know what we're doing. You draw from here to here. Okay, see that area, this area in here. And you go, all the way up there when your kid's living with you. And you're like, okay, Skylar, I'm going to teach you how to trade. At that point, you don't even need to. You're like, just click it and forget it. I don't even need, you're fine. Just stay in the basement. But everyone, if we get above that yellow, I don't even care. It doesn't even need to put in head and shoulders. If it does, okay, then it goes way up. But you got to get above that line, find support, head higher. That's bullish. Also, if you've learned anything in this video, can you hit the subscribe button? Why do I think there's a problem? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go for 5? 5. Like, come on. At some point, these DGI bros are just going to give up and be like, click the short button. I would give this one an 80-20. So right about here is not a good place to buy, and it's not a good place to sell. You're also witnessing the greatest wealth transfer. This is so beautiful. And I mean, few people see it. I mean, I see it. I even create beautiful market analysts, wealth dynamics, government debt, all these pretty little charts of the borrowing. See, debt is money, and no one even understands that. They don't know how it works. We need 1.6 trillion. Oh, where are we going to get that? From you. It's okay. Good luck on paying it back. Projected debt, what, 38 trillion, more borrowing. We're going to have more treasury issuance. Because 400 billion ain't what it used to be. We'll continue to see the national debt climb on the back of you. We will have some winners, the 1%, and we will have all of the losers. Those of you that listen to the winners, because they'll tell you, go to college, get into debt, go get a job, work for me, save your money. Remember, save for a rainy day, invest. Be an investor. Don't be those traders. You don't need to listen to that. Be a bondholder. Make sure you have salary. You gotta get that paycheck. And again, save your money. And just like that, where does it all go? Deficit spending just to, we'll hire some more government workers. The big picture and the problem, unsustainable debt spiral, creating massive wealth and inequality. That's what I've been saying in this whole video. Welcome to the Great Depression. You are part of the 99%. I'm trying to get you to the 1. They'll tell you that inflation, it was 2.7. That's fine. It's around 2%. Oh, except, the things that you guys use, like your gas, that's up 14%. Oh, don't worry about that. Car, 6. Hospital, electricity, 5. Car insurance, 5. Meat and eggs, 5. And these are even cooked numbers too. Rent, whatever. So yes, bad news. Welcome to the Great Depression. More bad news for you. The cost of everything from laptops to cars to food to energy is likely going to go up. It's not likely going to go up. It will go up. But they'll just tell you, it's just a little bit. It's even transitory. Remember that they're your friends. The good news is the stock market went up today. You can't take advantage of it unless you know how to click. I reset the clock. 3 hours and 52 minutes. So grab it, learn how to do it. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.